Hello everybody, and thank you for, I guess, clicking a link or expressing interest in who we are, and for coming to find a little bit more about a surrogacy journey. My name is Ian, and this is my
name is Olaf. Hello, very nice to meet you all.
And I'd like to actually start by actually saying we're real. We are real clients of the Batzofin clinic, or New York Fertility Services, I believe as it's now branded. We're not paid actors, we're not here for anything but to actually share the real excitement and the joy and the genius of this process with you. About 2 years ago we came here on a Thanksgiving weekend, and we were surprised the clinic was open, and it was fabulous to have somebody here who could answer some generic questions, give us a tour of the facility, and we were instantly impressed. Now, we hadn't done a huge amount of USA research on surrogacy, but we had in the UK, and we chose the USA because the USA system, we chose the USA because the UK system was just a little bit more complicated and didn't have the reassurances and the guarantees that could be found here in America. Our journey started quite quickly. We were quickly introduced to the team. We met Dr. Batzofin and the remainder of the team, and it was great to have everyone's email addresses. From working from afar and getting to know people from afar, it's actually great to actually know you can contact them, and to be able to have a question that might spring into your mind at the most ridiculous hour. And I guess with the benefit of technology, if you've got a BlackBerry or an iPhone or whatever, you can bounce off a question and get something back really quickly. So we were really, really fortunate that once becoming part of the Batzofin family, the clinic here, things really took off really fast, and we were quickly introduced to a network of reliable preferred providers that the Batzofin service work with, and that really took the weight off our shoulders, because it relieved us of the need to try and sort of quality stamp other providers. We felt we had great confidence with the team here, and thought then if this team are working with that team, then that's good enough for us. And it just helped a lot to know that everyone was joined up and all of these different organisations were familiar with one another. Now, to say everybody makes it sound rather large. It kind of makes it sound that there's a busload of people moving around, and there really isn't. That you have probably, I think, 3 key players. You have your fertility clinic, for which I highly recommend Dr. Batzofin and the New York Fertility Service. You need an attorney, somebody who's going to be tying up the legal work for you, screening surrogate profiles, so on and forth, and making sure that you've got the admin sorted out and in the right place. And lastly, you need your egg donor agency, who will be sending you profiles of women who are interested in the act of giving, who are going to actually donate eggs to your cycle. This is going to be the genetic mother of your child. And that's just such a big decision. This is probably where 2 years went for us, wasn't it? Because we suddenly got stalled with the enormity of what we were doing. But it went very fast, and all of these 3 teams worked beautifully together. It's a very well-oiled machine. And actually, as I speak to you, my son, did I tell you I have a son? We have a son. He's actually in this room.
Making noises in the background.
He's 11 days old, 12 days old. So we're jumping, but we're excited. So I'm afraid the story is sort of slightly falling out of rhythm. But I guess that's life. After all, you're going to be parents. You've got to be able to fall out of rhythm. And so going back to the story, you have your 3 team players, and eventually everything gets coordinated into what we call a cycle, or what the clinic call a cycle. And you will present here, as we did earlier this year, and your donor will be here. Now, not everybody necessarily needs to meet, so therefore if there's feelings of confidentiality or sensitivity or just awkwardness, the team will work with that. Tell them, speak to them, They're fabulous. They'll listen to you. Hey, there. Oh, away we go. We have contact. Hello.
We have contact.
As we call it, like Cape Canaveral. We are now talking to the bottle. Well, we took a short sort of commercial break there as we needed to actually feed our young son. So if you are being patient and listening to our story, again, thank you. I'm very flattered that you've chosen to listen to me. Poor old Olaf, he has to listen to me all day. So at least you can actually think you only have to listen to me for 1 minute.
This is only 5 minutes.
And our son has got me for the rest of his life. But anyway, I hope it's a good thing. Reconnecting with where we were, I think I was touching on the fact that Olaf and I, we gathered here and we worked with the team. Our donor was here, our surrogate was here, and everything was great, and we were fully charged up with the reality of becoming parents. Now there's a slight sort of twist in that element of the tale, because sadly on that occasion it didn't work, and that was nobody's fault. It was nature. And I think it's really important to share that little piece of our story, maybe not to dwell on it too much, but just to share the reality that it happened. It was very sad, and of course we were disappointed. And the reason why I want to sort of just touch on that subject is because if you try, and it doesn't happen the first time, to try not to take it too personally. Don't take it to heart. Talk to your team. It's exactly what we did. We were back in London when we found out that things hadn't gone as we had hoped. We patched in a call to Dr. Batzofin, and we just reviewed. He listened, we talked, we grieved a little, and we thought it was sensible not to rush ahead into an attempt straight away. And do you know, it's made us better people. It's made me a stronger parent. And I think, as I've said to lots of other people, I feel I can look anybody in the eye who has had a history of fertility problems and actually say, I know, because I do. I know how sad it can feel. And I think that's probably enough, really, of that element of the story, because this story is about newness and wonder and joy. And it's here. He's here. He's in this room. He's within arm's reach as I'm speaking to you. It did work again. We travelled back again. It was all very dramatic. We flew back across the Atlantic. We stayed in New York. The same people gathered again. The same procedure happened again. And it worked. And we had a very successful pregnancy with a terrific surrogate. And our team here, we remained in touch with Dr. Batzofin, with all of the team. And we've shared each step of the journey with them. 12 days ago, we received the call in London, just a day shy of us due to come for the birth. But that, again, that's life. One has to roll with what's delivered, with the cards that have been delivered. We shot back across the Atlantic. We had a lovely kind of story going that the stork, which I'm not sure if that expression is used in stories in the USA, we had this idea that there was a stork kind of winging its way across America, and there was another stork shooting its way across the Atlantic on British Airways. There was lots of very positive energy coming from our friends and family, everyone really keen to see which stork touched down first. It was the biological one. Our son had arrived before we got here, but we got here and he's perfect and he's fabulous. And this is where we are. This is sort of the end of our mini tale, our mini epic, because I guess the true work of becoming parents is ahead of us. And we're going to have the same challenges and the same joys and the same worries and the same feelings of excitement that any other parent has. But what I'd like to close on is a tribute to the team here. I truly, you may be surprised, but words are beginning to fail me, that I cannot say what a difference Dr. Batzofin and the entire team at New York Fertility Services have made to our lives in 12 short days. I think there's genius here and there is brilliance, and the service and the treatment and the whole program worked for us, and I really hope it works for you. The very, very best of luck.